Okay, welcome back to Mr. Turner's art class. Right now, what I'm going to do, I'm sorry, first sorry that it's been a minute since I put a video on. I was taking a little short break, but now I'm back, and I'm going to put a couple, do a couple like little videos this year just for the little kids. We started back school a little while ago, and everything's been all good. I had to circumstances happened where I had to kind of hang back for a while, so that's um, healed up. I got into a little bit of an accident, I guess you can say. So now that I'm better, a little bit better, I'm gonna go ahead and start producing videos. So what I have here is my assistant, Kasumi. She just, I don't know why she's just sitting there, just chilling. She don't even want to do Kasumi. She's sitting there laying down for you. You ain't even did nothing today. She's sitting there being lazy. She's gonna watch me mess up these boats, and that's what you're gonna make. Um, Sad to say, I was watching the movie It the other day, and don't go watch that movie. If you little kids, don't watch the movie. It's about a little bad little clown running around hurting people, so don't watch that. But I was noticing the boat, and I was like, well, I haven't made one of these in a while, so I thought this would be kind of cool. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna make an origami boat, and it's easy. It's very easy to do. It's not hard at all. So all you need is a sheet of paper, just a regular sheet of copier paper. And forgive me, but this is about the best spot for right now from where I'm at to do this. So, okay, you're going to take a regular sheet of copier paper, like so. You're going to take it. We're going to take the top edge of this paper, and we are going to fold it like this. So, and I'm going to go back over it. I'm doing the folds over and over again. Okay, so you have a little crease coming through here. So again, you're going to take this point right here. You're going to put it here and here. So fold it in half. And make sure your creases are real good. Make sure you smooth it out. If you want your sailboat to do right, you want to make sure your creases are good. Now, we got this edge here needs to go here and here. So we are going to fold it again in half. So we're going to fold it down like that. Edge to edge, edge to edge. These little things right here I call crinkles. Don't have crinkles in your paper, so fix that. So I don't like crinkles. I don't like crinkles when I'm doing my wrinkles, but I call them crinkles. So I don't like doing crinkles in my origami. So make sure everything is straight and smooth. Okay. Now you brought that down, that point to this point, this point. Now we're going to open it back up. Okay. This is the closed edge. Okay. Your paper you're going to hold it like this. Your paper should be able to open down here. This is the part where your crease is that's closed. Make sure it's positioned like this. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this edge here, this whole edge, this side here, and we're going to put it on this crease line that's right here. So basically, it's kind of like making a plane. Think of like if you were starting off making a paper airplane. So you see how I'm doing it. So I took this edge, this edge here, put that edge on that crease. So it's like that. That crease is right there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So like I said, it's kind of similar to making an airplane. Just going to do like that. So we have that. Okay? So again, it's just like making an airplane. Now, this is not complicated, but needs you to, well, let me see, let me get rid of that gap. Because when I fold this is going to end up being the sail of the boat. So I don't want like a really big gap right there. Now, I want you to pay attention to this edge down here. You see how I can stick my finger in there? Because I'm only going to do one side of this. I am going to take this edge and I am going to bend it up like that. See how I did that? So it was like that. I am bending it. You can see that crease line right there. I am bending it until it does that. And I'm going to smooth it out. I haven't done nothing with this side. It's just the top portion. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just taking just the top portion, taking that edge. I am going to put it right there. Okay. So I got a little triangle. I got a little triangle right there, a little triangle right there. Now, I'm going to take the paper. I am going to turn it. Oh, well, actually, excuse me. This is the easiest way to do this. So we can make sure this triangle is going to be the same size as this one for the most part. Okay, we're going to take this bottom piece of paper and we're going to fold it on that edge. Like that, right? But now I have a crease line right there. Now I'm going to fold it back. I'm going to fold it back on itself. I want it folded on that crease line so it's there. So I have that paper. I have one right there on the back. I have one right here on the front. Okay? All I did was just bend the paper backwards. So it's there. Have one on the front, one on the back. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to fold it on this crease on top of this triangle. So there's a crease line now. Now I'm just going to take the one piece that I just folded down. I'm going to fold it back on itself. I'm just going to bend it backwards. So it goes on the back. So I have a piece right there on the back. I have a piece right there. Now, we're almost done. Now I'm going to lay it down with this part facing me. Now I am going to take the bottom edge of this paper. The bottom edge of this paper with those triangles I just made, and I am going to fold it up on these crease lines right here. And then I'm just going to smooth out my edges. So you see, I just took it, I just folded it on that line. I am going to turn it over. I am going to do the exact same thing. I am going to fold it on that line, and as a tip, just make sure that the bottom edge of this side of the paper lines up with the bottom of that crease. So everything should be lined up together and smooth. Don't want my triangle to come out. Okay, so you should have that. So I'm going to turn it back over. So I'm going to look at this line right here. Now, all I have to do at this point, okay, we're going to take the paper, we're going to do like this. We're going to take our thumbs, you're going to take your thumb, you're going to put it on the back side of this crease line. You're going to take your other thumb, you're going to put it on the back side of that crease line. You're going to open the pull this way. Okay, so you will have this. So you will have a triangle. You see that? You see how that is doing that? You see you got that line right there? You got like a little V looking shape. So you have a V. Now, this is where you have some decisions to make. Now, personally, when I make these boats, I like having a big sail. She's sitting there looking at me crazy. She's like, wow, you don't like my boat? What's wrong with my boat? You don't like having a big sail? She looking at me crazy. You're like, forget you, dude. You be playing with me. I'm going to take her outside as soon as we get done. Okay, so what you're going to do now, you got the bottom here. Now, I use this as a reference. I mean, depending on where you put this point, you can put it all up here. That's going to determine like how big your sail is or how short the sail is. But because it's a boat, I like having a big sail. So what I usually do is I use that point. You can see that like right there, and that point right there is a reference. So like if I drew a line coming straight across from point to point, I know that right there, that's where I want to put this point. So I'm going to bend this bottom portion up to about right there. It's kind of like the middle. It's almost the middle, but I say that's about the middle. Okay. Now, you really got to make sure this thing has good creasing. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. Well, actually, what I can do, again, just like the other side, I can bend it on that just to kind of get like a little crease line. It makes it easier when I turn this around. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to bend it on that line, and I'm going to put it there. So at this point, you should have something look like that. Okay. Now, truthfully, you're done. Because all you have to do now is you're going to take these flaps. Okay, you got this flap right here, you got this flap right here, and you're going to start to kind of pull out. I'm going to take my thumbs and put it in here, because what I need to do while I'm doing that, you see how I'm using my fingers right here? I'm pushing this down. So I want that to go down. I want the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to kind of push that in on itself, and then I'm going to pull out on these things right here. So you can already see the boat forming. And then I just have to go through and just, I'll pull it out, and it's just doing that. Now I'm going to go in the inside, just make sure everything's all nice and smooth, and smooth that out. Now, relatively, I have my boat. Okay, now I am going to open this up at the bottom just a little bit. Remember I told you I don't like crinkles, so I'm trying to get rid of those crinkles. You can kind of push it in just a little bit, but there you go, you got your boat. Now this is the beauty of this, because I haven't demonstrated this, but you can actually put this in water and it will float. That's the beauty of it. It will float. I'm going to say it again. You can put this in water, it will float. It will not sink. Just make sure that you spread it out a little bit, you know, so it's not thin. You want it kind of like that, put it in water, it will float, you know, so it is a functioning boat. So I think that's the cool part. Now, just because you're in my, those of y'all that are going to be, that's in my art class, okay, well, you ain't got to be in my art class. You could actually be somewhere else, because I have a lot of kids from other places that's looking at these videos. Look, it is kind of lame that we just have a simple white boat. Color this thing in. You can color this thing in and make it a pirate ship. I like pirates. Okay, so I do know other ways to make boats. This is one way to make a boat. This is like, I've been doing this type of boats like since I was a kid, you know. But there are other ways to make a boat. Color this thing in. Make it look like a pirate ship. I like pirates. Make it look like a pirate ship. Color this uncolored in. You can color the whole, the bottom portion of the boat brown. You know, you could put like, pirate ships had little gun ports, you know, like for cannons and stuff like that. I mean, color the thing in. Some of y'all should, if y'all don't know what a pirate is, you know, watch, if you watch anime, watch One Piece. Those are pirates. You know, that's a good, simple cartoon with, or anime, you know, with a bunch of pirates on there. So, you know what, you look at the ships that they float around in. They really big sail ships, you know, with multiple sails and stuff like that. But the pirate ships, you know, have gun ports, they have holes and stuff like that. Or just make whatever kind of boat you want. Just color the thing in, make it look interesting. And then you can put it in the water and it will float. So this is a really simple project. I'm going to make sure that's straight up. I want that straight up. Okay, so real simple project, you know, and I hope y'all have fun. What you mad about? You finna leave us? Whoop. I guess so. She was like, I don't care about the boat. So I want to go outside and play. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to take her outside and play because she wants to go. Okay, so real simple project, you know, just have fun. Just slow the video down and just follow the steps. You know, your first one you do is probably not going to be all that good, but that's okay. You know, make a couple of them. You know, make you a shipping fleet. You know, and just color them in. You know, make them look interesting. Make them look like the boat that you would want. You know, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Okay, peace.